Dingo, octobis, api professor. So what I said, or what I tried to just say in the Ket language, was, "Hey everyone, good evening. My name is Professor." We do want to be a little bit careful when we say things like octobis, and that's good evening. Achta is good, and bis is evening, or achta konox is good morning, or achta I, good day. These are actually calques from Russian. The traditionally Ket people didn't really say this to each other, and when Russian people came in and started to say to each other "Dobre utro" for good morning, this was translated over into the Ket language, or "Dobre večer" for good evening, and this translates into Ket language as "Achta bis." So this is the Ket for good evening, but it's not really Ket word. It sounds Russified. So anyway, that's one interesting thing that we can talk about today. But the important thing I'd like to introduce today is the numeral system in the Ket language. I've been spending most of the week since our last video trying to get down the numbers in Ket, and hopefully I'm getting on track to learning them. I think I'm on the right path to learning them. So, what's important about the Ket number system is that, as you might think, it's very different from English and very different from the European languages that use a base 10 counting system. Now, the Ket uses a base 7 counting system, and in fact, the numbers traditionally went up to 7, and then 7 had meaning of a lot as well. So maybe you've heard of some languages that have very few numbers in them. Maybe some languages even only have word for 1, 2, and a lot. And Ket is similar to these languages in that historically Ket only went up a little while before suddenly, if you're a mathematician among the ancient Ket, you were out of a job. So that's an important thing to know. But they did develop. We do now are beginning to have words for higher numbers, of course. So let's look at the numerals and see what we can what we can learn here. So this is the word for one, and I believe we would say kook, kook, kook is one. Earn is 2. Number 3, dong. Number 4, seek. Oh, seek. And as this maybe will excite some of the folks out there who are starting to propose connection between the Yeniseic language family to which Ket belongs in Sino-Tibetan. Maybe you know the word in Chinese for 4 is si. I wonder if there's a connection. We don't know yet, but wouldn't it be cool if there were one? Alright. So this last number 4, seek, is maybe tantalizing the imaginations of some of us, maybe historical linguists. In fact, as I was going over the numbers the other day with my professor, I put my finger down on seek and I said, that looks Chinese. Well, maybe they came from the same morpheme 20,000 years ago, 15,000 years ago. This is going to be the job of future historical linguists, and I think it's going to be a wonderful thing to see. So moving on, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. Kalk is 5. This is why historical linguistics is important, I think. Ah, and sometimes downtone, can mean 6. Alright, and here we go, the famous 7/a lot of Ket. Now 7, is culturally important to Ket. In Western culture, we have the number 3 as being the best number, the number of completeness. In the stories, there are always there are always 3 brothers, like the Russian Bogaters, or there are 3 days when Christ is risen from the dead. Well, in Ket, the stories all have number 7, and everything is complete when it's number 7. So this is the important number, and they say "otten, otten, otten." Good, and this can also once again mean a lot. Otten. So Ket would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 a lot. I think that's I was never good at math in high school, so I think that's a little bit better for me. Okay, here we go. 8 and 9. So we don't really have words for 8 and 9 that are like these ones here, but what we do have is 10 minus whatever. So we have Ernam, Bunsang. Bunsang means lacking or minus or taken away from. So Ernam, Bunsang, Ko. Ko. So Ernam, Bunsang, Ko. So Earnum, what do you think this means? Earn. We saw this earlier, and this is 2. So earnum is the second one lacking or out of, taken out of. Ko, or ko is 10. So the second one out of subtracted from 10. So this is 8. Isn't that cool? And then the word for 9 is Kosam, Bunsang, Ko. And this is remember our word for 1 is, I think, kok, right? So kok sam, the second one, or I'm sorry, the first one subtracted from 10. So that's or 1 lacking 10, or so this is 9. This is how the Ket word is for 9. Isn't that interesting? Oh man, I love this. It's very fascinating to see this other completely different numeral series. Maybe if they had taught this in math in high school, I would have been a lot better. Okay. Let's see. So now that we know the word for 10, right? Ko. We can make numbers higher than 10. We can make numbers higher than 10. So, for example, if we want to say 20, right? 20, we have a word for that, and that is ik is 20. But if we want to say, for example, 30, we can say 3 times 10, with times being ha. I believe, yeah, ha is a suffix meaning times. So if we say dong ha ko, that's 3 times 10. So what do you suppose this is? This is 30. This is 30. So dong ha ko. So if we say sika ko, that would be 40. Very good, very good. And here's the number 100. Ki. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I'm pronouncing the K a little bit uvularly. Maybe I should pronounce this as a velar stop instead of a uvular one. So I want to say ki. Interestingly enough, that looks a lot like the word for new. So maybe there's something there. Okay, good. So there's our vocabulary lesson for the day. So let's try to make some sentences. Let's see. Let's get out our textbook, right? Okay. Let's see what we can find. I'm going to make some sentences, and then I'll be back in a minute.